Sickle cell disease, it's a condition that's surrounded by misunderstanding and, frankly, a lot of misinformation. We'll be diving deep into the science behind sickle cell disease, debunking common myths and arming you with the facts. Let's make sure we're all on the same page about what sickle cell disease actually is. Sickle cell disease is not a curse, a form of witchcraft, or a spiritual punishment. These beliefs are not only untrue but also incredibly damaging and stigmatizing. Sickle cell disease is a genetic condition. It's passed down through families just like hair color, eye color, or height. One of the biggest misconceptions about sickle cell disease is that people living with it are in constant, excruciating pain. While pain is a significant symptom, it's not a constant. People with sickle cell experience what are called pain crises or pain episodes. These episodes occur when sickle-shaped red blood cells block blood flow to tissues and organs. This blockage can cause severe pain that can last for hours, days, or even weeks. The intensity and location of the pain can vary from person to person and even from episode to episode. Between these pain episodes, many people with sickle cell disease experience periods of little to no pain. They go to school, work, have families, and live full lives. However, the unpredictability of pain crises can be incredibly challenging, both physically and emotionally. In the past, sickle cell disease was often viewed as a death sentence, but thanks to incredible advancements in medical care, this is no longer the case. People with sickle cell disease are now living longer, healthier lives than ever before. Early diagnosis and treatment are key. Newborn screening programs in many countries now identify babies with sickle cell disease at birth, allowing for early intervention and proactive care.
Is it true that sickle cell disease has no cure? Not exactly. While there's no widely available universal cure, curative treatments do exist, such as bone marrow transplants and new gene therapies like exa-cel and leukemia. However, these treatments aren't accessible to everyone yet. That's why other treatments like hydroxyurea, automated blood transfusions, and good lifestyle management remain crucial for improving quality of life. A cure exists, but making it widely available is the next big step in the fight against sickle cell disease.
Let's clear up another common misconception. Sickle cell disease is not contagious. You can't catch it from someone else like you can catch a cold or the flu. It's not something that spreads through the air, through touch, or through bodily fluids. Sickle cell disease is a genetic condition. That means it's passed down from parents to their children through genes. Sickle cell trait occurs when a person inherits one normal hemoglobin gene and one gene with the sickle cell mutation. People with sickle cell trait usually don't have any symptoms of the disease, but they can pass the sickle cell gene onto their children. If both parents have sickle cell trait, there's a 25% chance with each pregnancy that their child will inherit 2 copies of the sickle cell gene and have sickle cell disease. It's important for couples where one or both partners have sickle cell trait to speak with a genetic counselor. Genetic counseling can provide valuable information about the chances of having a child with sickle cell disease and discuss available testing options during pregnancy.
Is it true that people with sickle cell disease don't get malaria and don't need malaria treatment? This is not true. Malaria affects everyone with sickle cell disease, and those with HBSS are actually at greater risk. For people with HBSS, the malaria parasites invade their sickled red blood cells, multiply and use up the cell's oxygen. This causes the cells to burst, releasing more parasites and triggering severe fever. This fever can also trigger a sickle cell crisis. It's crucial for individuals with HBSS to take malaria medicine promptly when diagnosed.
There's a misconception that sickle cell disease only affects people of African descent. While it's more common in sub-Saharan Africa, it's a global health issue that affects people from various ethnic backgrounds. Sickle cell disease is found in individuals whose ancestors came from regions with a high incidence of malaria, including parts of Africa, the Mediterranean, the Middle East, India, and South America. This is because the sickle cell gene provided a survival advantage in these regions, protecting individuals from severe malaria. Today, sickle cell disease affects millions of people worldwide, regardless of their race, ethnicity, or geographical location.
Does a negative sickling test mean you have normal hemoglobin and healthy red blood cells? Not exactly. A proper sickle cell diagnosis requires these 4 tests: sickling test, hemoglobin electrophoresis, full blood count, and blood film analysis. The sickling test alone isn't enough. It only checks if red blood cells sickle under low oxygen. Hemoglobin electrophoresis identifies the exact hemoglobin type, which is key for diagnosis. If results are unclear, full blood count and blood film analysis help detect abnormal hemoglobin. A negative sickling test does not guarantee normal hemoglobin. Always confirm with further testing.
Ever heard someone say, people with sickle cell trait will develop sickle cell disease as they get older? First off, let's get the basics straight. Sickle cell trait means you carry just one copy of the sickle cell gene. Sickle cell disease, or SCD, happens when you inherit 2 copies. Big difference, right? Now here's the key fact. Having sickle cell trait does not mean you'll get sickle cell disease later in life. They're separate conditions. Think of sickle cell trait more like being a carrier. Most people with sickle cell trait live completely normal, healthy lives. They don't face the severe symptoms of SCD, like intense pain or frequent infections. But it's essential to stay informed.
Sickle cell disease is often misunderstood, and that misunderstanding can have real-world consequences. By understanding sickle cell disease, we can help break down stigma, advocate for better treatment options, and support those living with this condition. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to the channel for more informative content. And as always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and stay healthy.